Hi everyone, my name is Annie Nichols-Burge and I am your instructor for Music Appreciation online this semester. This should be MUSI 1306-156, and I just wanted to give you a quick guided tour of how this Blackboard course is set up, where you can find things like your textbook, assignments, quizzes, syllabus, calendar, things like that. So we're going to take a quick guided tour very fast, so if you need more help, please let me know, through Blackboard so that you can see how to navigate this course. So when you log into Music Appreciation on Blackboard, this should be the first page that you see. There should be a banner up here, getting started, that tells you just the things that you're going to need in order to access all of the Blackboard course and all of the things you need for your textbook, the learning outcomes for this course, and then here at the bottom there's a little top 10 list of online course etiquette rules and guidelines that you can go by, just in case you've never been in an online class before. So take a look at those. It's a little shorter than the source that I pulled it from, so if you want the full list, there's a link down here that you can visit as well. Then over here on the left, you'll see the menu for the course. So if you click start here, that's this opening page, so it should just be the same. Then we're going to go down to instructor information. When you go to instructor information, you're going to see a couple of videos. These two videos are the same video, but I wanted to give it to you in a couple different formats just in case you had trouble viewing one. So this one comes straight through Blackboard, this top one, and then this one is linked to a YouTube link that I uploaded the same video to YouTube. Hopefully you have fun watching it. I had fun making it. So have fun watching that. If you have any questions for me, again, please let me know. Right here you will find my office hours. Right now they are TBD, to be determined, because I teach voice lessons at South Plains College and I'm waiting to schedule all of my voice students. So once I have all of them scheduled and I know what my availability will be like, I will update my office hours as soon as possible, and I will have both virtual and face-to-face options just in case you happen to be on Levelland campus. And if you do meet me on the Levelland campus, my office information is right here. But again, I'll have virtual office hours, and the way we'll do virtual office hours is through Blackboard Collaborate. There's a link down here. And there's also a way to send me an email, course messages, and then if you scroll down a little bit more contact information from me, my email and my office phone number. All right, let's scroll back up. Underneath instructor information, you'll find the syllabus and schedule. Now, when you click syllabus, there's a PDF version of the syllabus, but just in case you have trouble accessing that, I've also just uploaded the text of the syllabus into this folder. So as you scroll down, you'll see instructor information, course description, course materials. That'll be very important. There's a link for you to get your textbook, which we'll talk about here in a second. The grading policy, a little bit about how this course is set up, assignments, quizzes, anything you need to know is going to be in this syllabus. So take a look at that. Again, I gave you a PDF version just in case you wanted to download it, print it, or whatever for your records. Let's go back to syllabus and schedule. Same thing applies for the course calendar. There's a PDF version of the calendar, and then as you scroll down, you'll see the same exact thing that you'll see in the PDF version, but I just uploaded it to Blackboard for you. And when you look at this calendar, you'll see here's what week we're in. Here's the date that it starts, which is usually a Monday, except for next week because we have Labor Day on Monday, so that one starts on a Tuesday. What unit we're in, the textbook chapters that you're expected to read for that week. If there's any music you're supposed to listen to that week, that will be included under listening repertoire. And then over here on the far right are all of the assignments that are due, exams, quizzes, anything like that will be over here in this right column, and they will always be due at the beginning of the next week by 11:59. All right. One other way that you can look at what's coming up due is just by clicking this calendar. It'll give you a list of what's due on specific days, but you can also look at the schedule. Then over here on the left, we're going to go back over here. Under syllabus and schedule, we have announcements. This is a picture of the textbook we're using for this class. You'll see some other announcements. As I post announcements, they'll be here, but I will also send them as an email. You'll be able to see them that way as well. All right. Back over here on the left, you'll see my course. This isn't a link that you can click on. This is just a little divider splitting up the different links on the left menu bar. So let's go to course content. Okay, some pretty important things for course content. Here at the top, just so that you knew how to access it, is the discussion board. Throughout the semester, you will have to post on a discussion about every 2 weeks. You'll look at the calendar and you'll see those, but I think there's 5 or 6 discussion posts total for the entire semester. So all of them can be accessed here. There's some guidelines, but there are more guidelines in your syllabus, so make sure you check that. When you click this, the first discussion is already up. You can click on this to go to the forum. You want to say create thread, and then you're going to type your response here and then submit. Okay, I'm going to cancel that to go back to course content. Otherwise, everything else for this course is going to be set up in folders week by week. So let's go to week 1. So for week 1, part of what is due is reading the syllabus and turning in a syllabus agreement, which we'll go to in a second. But the syllabus, if you click on this, it just takes you to the syllabus page that we already went to earlier in this video. Okay, so we've got that. Now let's go back to course content, back to week 1. Okay, otherwise you will see folders, Prelude 1, Chapter 1. These are all chapters of your textbook. These are each of the readings, each chapter that you'll have to read. So if we click on Prelude 1, here is the chapter that you can read. You click on that. I already have my login information put into this textbook website, so it automatically brings up the chapter for me. But chances are, especially the first time you log in, it's going to ask you for a registration code for your textbook. That will be given to you when you buy your textbook at the website that is on your syllabus. So make sure you get that. You can buy a physical copy of the textbook as well, but the physical copy of the textbook is about twice as much as the ebook. So I highly recommend getting the ebook because it's much cheaper and everything is basically at your fingertips, ready to go on Blackboard with the ebook. If you get a physical textbook, you have to get a total access registration code. So make sure you get that. If you get a textbook, don't get a used textbook because you won't be able to access all of your assignments online. Okay. All right. So this is the textbook. And you can just read through this. The great thing about the textbook, let me see if I can find a good example really quick. Is as you're reading, if there is some sort of musical example to help you understand what a certain term is or something like that, the musical example is written, or the musical example is put right into your textbook immediately for you. So all you have to do while you're reading is hit play. So you kind of can listen to all of these examples live action as you're going through your textbook. So I think that's a really cool perk to the ebook. Okay. Let me go back a little bit. So, Prelude 1, this is one of the chapters you'll have to read for week 1. These are all other chapters. Now, you'll notice when you go to chapter 1, you have the ebook, and then you have what looks like an assignment down here, but this is not part of your grade. You do not have to do these assignments, and I've always specified that these are not required. These assignments are just here for you if you're having trouble understanding the material, if you need help studying for the ERA quiz that happens at the end of every ERA that we talk about, or if you just want extra practice while you're learning everything. These are here for you just to practice, but you do not have to do them, okay? And it will always say not required, okay? Now let's go back to week 1. The assignments that are due for week 1 are going to be in a folder by themselves down here at the very bottom, and it will tell you these are due 9/7 or whatever day that they're due, what time, and it will just list what all should be in that folder that is supposed to be due, and then a little reminder that discussion posts are due in a couple weeks. So if we click this folder, it's going to immediately bring up all the assignments that are due for that week, and there's a link to the discussion board just in case you want to get a head start on it, but it'll tell you when it's due, okay? So syllabus assignment will be pretty easy. Just read the instructions. You just have to make sure you read over the entire syllabus, look over the course calendar, and if you have questions, you're going to write a submission, or you can do it as comments. That's fine with me too. If you don't have any questions, I want you to submit some sort of response saying that you understand and agree to all the terms that you read in the syllabus. And again, you can write a text submission. If you want to write a Word document and attach it that way, you can, or you can just put it in the comments. Either way, any of those ways are totally fine with me. Then you would hit submit, but I'm going to hit cancel because we're going back. Now, these assignments for your textbook, these are a little different than maybe some of the other assignments you've done before. So you'll read the instructions. We're going to start answering questions. Make sure you look over here. If you feel really confident about a question, an answer to a question, you're going to take this all the way up because it will make you get through your homework a lot faster. But if you don't know it, you want to go, I have no idea, because then the points won't count as much. There are plenty of tutorials on Blackboard that you can practice with, all those tutorials that were not required homework that I showed you a little bit earlier. You can do those so that you can get used to how you're supposed to do these assignments. It's really helpful, but I wanted to give you a little bit of a preview of how you're supposed to do these. All right, so let's say I think I know the answer to this. At the concert, what information does a program provide? It's going to do this. Okay, I got one right. It's going to do this. Okay, I got one right. Music notation. They're not going to give you sheet music at a concert. Great. Then you're going to hit next question. And you can keep track of how you're doing over here and your grade here. But you won't get a grade until you answer 20 questions total. Hopefully by those 20 questions, you'll get 100. If not, the good news is you can keep going until you get the grade that you want. And this is how it is for any of these inquisitive assignments, with the exception of the ERA quizzes, I believe. So you can just keep working until you feel really confident about your grade. Okay, so that's a really short preview into inquisitive. But again, check out any of the tutorials for any of the chapters, or if there's extra assignments that aren't due here, practice with those so that you can get used to what these inquisitive assignments are like. Okay, let's go back to week 1. Okay, so that's a little breakdown of week 1. And then every week you'll see week 2, week 3, week 4. It'll keep going, and this is how all of the material will be presented to you for the rest of the semester. Okay. Course resources. This is just if you need help, you don't know what to do, how to register with your book for inquisitive. There's a link here. You don't know, you're having trouble with your inquisitive assignments, or the grades aren't coming to my grade book or something like that. Make sure you visit the service desk, the help desk here. And then here's just some frequently asked questions for people that take music appreciation online. So if you have a question, check these frequently asked questions and see if it answers any of them. Okay. Then one of the last things over here is my grades. This is where you can keep up to date on what's coming up due, how you've done on everything so far. So this is where you're going to find that. I like to make sure that mine is done by due date so that it's going in chronological order. If you need help with Blackboard, there's a little link down here for help. So this will take you right to the Blackboard help website. So this is different than the W.W. Norton textbook website. Okay, so close out of that. And then the last thing is, whenever we do course evaluations at the end of the semester, there's a link down here. Okay, let's go back to start here. Okay, that hopefully is a pretty clear way to navigate through the course. Otherwise, if you have questions, feel free to email me, and I look forward to starting the semester with you.